Well, running around Lebanon, I needed a little pick-me-up, and there is the perfect spot to grab a cup of joe. It is actually in the Kentucky Classic Arts Center. I'm with the Executive Artistic Director, Robin Humphreys, and this is a cute little spot you have over here.
It's a fun place. Come hang out with friends and have a cup of coffee or a cup of chai.
You have the coffee shop. You have a lot of different kind of like clubs and organizations within. I know you do some dinner shows down below too. So what all is really housed in here today?
So we're the Arts Center. We do community and children's theater, youth theater is our main thing that we do. We've got dance classes happening. We have some art classes going on. We've got music lessons and voice lessons, piano things, that lots of that going on. But we renovated the downstairs, the old cafeteria, a few years ago and put in a dinner theater and a speakeasy bar, and it's a really fun place. And we just finished up a series of murder mystery dinners down there, and we had a wine festival down there. So
I know, I saw a lot on your Facebook page. It looks like a lot of fun because you're inviting really the whole community and the whole family to come out and enjoy all the festivities that you got going on.
Well, we do, yes, particularly for the children upstairs. We do youth education, and the theater is for kids, so we thought, well, let's do some kind of an adult space that adults could hang out in. And so that's kind of what that is downstairs, that the adults can come out. We can do fundraisers down there, like our wine festival, our bourbon soiree. It's coming up January 17th, and those things will support what we do upstairs for the kids.
So tell me a little bit about what you're doing for the kids, because arts is so important. You see it time and time again within schools. Those programs are getting cut, but to have something like this where it's outside of the classroom, you actually get to go and learn and probably meet a lot more kids too. So tell me about some of those programs.
So we do youth theater, children's theater, and adult theater. So we're trying to give our adults a little bit of time on stage as well. But right now we have going on for our youth, our 11 to 18-year-olds are doing Into the Woods, and that's the full production. So we have a full youth cast and a full adult cast. They work with a professional music director and a professional choreographer in direction and put on a fully produced show. And then the little ones are going to be starting tonight. Actually, they come in here from 4 to 5:30, and we've got 32 or 35 7 to 10-year-olds, 7 to 11-year-olds that will be doing the best Christmas pageant ever. So we have 2 full casts of that as well. So we'll have one group of kids here on Mondays and Wednesdays after school, and another group that comes in on Tuesdays and Thursdays after school. They will perform the first 2 weekends in December. Have to think a little bit. And then every Saturday we have dance classes going on in here. So actually this coming Saturday we have a dance open house. So the dance teacher will be here doing dance evaluations and putting her next classes for the fall together. And then we have voice lessons that happen in here every Saturday as well. And there's just various and sundry things. We do a lot of camps. We did a lot of big top camps this summer. I think we did 3, which the kids got to be circus performers. We did a tribute to Greatest Showman, and it was fun. It was lots of arts and crafts, lots of singing and dancing going on the stage, and they get to experience theater.
How important are the arts to the community, to kids that actually come here? How important is it to have a space like this for them?
I think it's super important. Studies show that if children are involved in performance theater, they score better on every kind of testing. It teaches your brain how to work, how to think. It is a team sport, I always say. So if you might not be tossing a ball, but you're tossing a line to somebody else, and you have to be aware of where that person is and how you're directing it to them, and then they have to catch it and do something with it and pass it on to the next person in lines. They learn blocking, which is their movement on the stage, and they have to be aware of where their lights are and where their shadows are and where there are other characters that they're playing with. So there's a lot that they have to memorize. But I have a friend who's she's an executive director for Habitat for Humanity, and she said every time in life when I go into just experiences or meeting new people, or there's so many times that I draw on my background from theater, because you have to learn how to improv in a situation and talk on the spot.
Exactly what we're doing now.
Be able to, yes, express yourself and to be aware of feeding back to people, and just it's the art of conversation, and the art of just memorization. We also talk about reading punctuation. We talk about reading expression and emotion, and yeah, so it's expressing yourself. So it's super important, not only for the kids that are involved on the stage, but the kids that get to come and see our performances. We do a lot of matinee performances for local schools. Like when we did Lion King Jr., we had over 4,000 people come see that show. So we were able to bring theater and music and African culture and just the magic and the majesty of theater to all those kids. They came in to see that from all over, lots of different cities and counties.
Well, and even on a bigger scale too, Ham Days are coming up and 30,000 people show up, and you're actually the hub of the Kids Zone. And so how are you guys going to get involved with that?
Well, we'll have bouncy houses on the front lawn. I think they're putting maybe the petting zoo here or near here, as well as the face painting and balloon animals. We will have movies going on all day on a loop in the theater. They can bring the kids in, get cool.
Tell us a little bit about the coffee shop. Has this always been here when you first opened?
We started the coffee shop in 2020, I believe. We found that when we had shows going on in the theater, which it seats 315, before the show would start, we'd have the doors closed and people would just be packed in the halls out here. We're like, oh, we need more lobby space and a room for concessions, because we were pulling just chips and candy bars out into the hallway, and it was so crowded. So we said, well, let's take these 2 classrooms. We used to have sets and props in here, move them somewhere else, and we put in, concession. This is basically concession space and a place for the kids to congregate after school as they're waiting for classes, or parents to wait while their children are in classes. So yeah, it's kind of grown. We keep adding new things. We're getting ready to add some ice cream for after school, and it'll be here for Ham Days. And yeah,
And your fall menu just rolled out.
Did,
the apple chai. This is what I have today. I know you have a chai latte too.
I have hot. You were drinking chai, and I had my coffee, and I was like, well, maybe.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having us out today, and a little pick-me-up too. So if you're interested in learning everything that this space has to offer, just go over to KentuckyClassicArts.com.